Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2021 action film Lockdown, a film that is written and directed by Michael Lyons, and it stars David D. Ford, Kevin Nash and Swade McCoy. Now this film is set in the near future, I think it's 2035, and it's kind of an alternative future, and it kind of asks the question, what would the world be like if COVID-19, there was no cure found? And this film goes somewhere to try and answer that. It's like a post-apocalyptic world in some ways. Much of the population has dwindled and there's not many people left. However, the few that are left, there's like a group of, I don't want to call them mercenaries, but they're kind of like that. And they want to kind of put their own thoughts on the process that social distancing isn't working, and they think it's the homeless that are spreading the virus now, so they want to go through the town building by building and kill any of the homeless. They go to David D. Ford's character Dean, as he's ex-military, to ask him if he will join and help them. He refuses, and then he realizes that his sister, his estranged sister, is living in one of these buildings. So he has to go down there, try and get her out of the building alive. While there, the building gets locked down as these people break into the building intent on killing everyone in there. And it is up to Dean to try and save his sister and as many other people as possible. Right, what are my thoughts on Lockdown? Well, I think at this point, I think we're all getting a little bit fed up, I suppose, of pandemic films. Yes, we all know pandemics, with COVID-19 are a subject of, many, many films these days. And most of them tend to turn these pandemics into like zombies. It's just an excuse to make zombie films and things like that. This film doesn't do that. It tries to give like an alternative vision of, COVID-19 like 15 years down the line. What if we never found a cure? So it's a decent enough idea. It's solid enough. Now, this is a low budget film. Very low budget film, I would suggest, and it's got Kevin Nash as like the cover star, but to be honest, he's in it the first 5 minutes and then he's barely in it for the rest of the film. In fact, apart from a quick peek around a tree right at the end of the film, you don't see him at all, which was disappointing for me, mainly because the star of the film is David D. Ford, who plays Dean, who I did recognise actually watching this. He did a film, I think it was last year, called Man vs. Bigfoot, that I believe he directed as well. I actually quite liked. I thought it was a pretty decent Bigfoot film. So when I saw that he was in it, even though he's not directing this film, I thought, oh, maybe, we could be into something pretty decent here. Unfortunately, I was quite disappointed, really, because what we get here is a film that is let down by its budget, really. It's got lofty ideas. It tries to do a lot with its minuscule budget, obviously. It tries to put a lot of action scenes on screen, a lot of fist fights on screen. And obviously due to the low budget and probably the lack of skill of some people on set in regards to choreography and all this stuff, most of them come off as lackluster. To be honest, a lot of the fight scenes, which was a shame, really. It didn't immerse you. Anytime you're watching an action film and you're watching like a good fight scene or something like that, you want to feel immersed, regardless of the budget. And I just didn't get that with a lot of the fight scenes here, which I was disappointed with. There's a couple of moments in the film that they managed to pull off. There's a decent fight scene at the end between Dean's character and the main antagonist in the film, but other than that, for the most part, it's just him and his sister that he's trying to rescue, kind of running through this abandoned building. Is it a school? I think it's a school, something like that. It is a school. So they're charging about trying to evade these, people trying to kill all the homeless and things like that. So to some degree, again, with its lofty ideas, it's almost trying to be like Die Hard, like a COVID-19 Die Hard film with him like locked in. And this is where the title comes from, Lockdown, because he's locked in this school building with his sister, with these group of mercenaries, if you like, trying to take him down. I mean, there's an awful lot wrong with the film in a sense of, it's 2035, no cure has been found for COVID-19. I'm fairly sure social distancing would have been, disproven long ago, with their rationale now of social distancing is not working. Well, most of the population, or a gigantic portion of the population, has died through this pandemic, so it would be easier to social distance in these times, and it also didn't make sense if they were wanting to like go through this building, kill all the homeless. Why expose yourself potentially to getting this virus? If that's your plan, as evil as it might be, just burn down the buildings. That would kill them too, and it would probably be less chance of you getting infected at the same time. So there's lots of problems with this film. It's got some decent ideas, but again, it's a low-budget film that is let down by the budget, and it's a shame. But there's, it's just the way it is, I suppose. So I'm gonna have to give this one a 4 out of 10. It just didn't click with me. Too lackluster, not exciting fight scenes or gunfights. But to be fair, the performances are all pretty decent here from everybody. There's nobody you look at and think that they're a terrible actor or they not a very good performance. Everybody's okay for certainly a film of this kind of budget. And I do honestly think David D. Ford has got potential for like a low budget action star. This is the second thing I've seen him in, and he's easily the best thing in the film. I mean, the other one I saw, Man vs. Bigfoot, it was only him and Bigfoot pretty much for all of the film. But he managed to carry that film really well, and I think he manages to carry this film particularly well. He just deserves a little bit better material than this. So if you like really low-budget action films, you could do far worse than this, but it just didn't work for me. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you like this review. I'll be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.